How are you doing? This is so close to the end, the home stretch. Just a couple more to go. The ultimate game plan. We're powering up your consulting business and skyrocketing your revenues. And part of how to do that is to stay absolutely true to who you are. Who are you as a person and who are you as a business? So think about your guiding principles. Now, in this chapter, we talk about why that's important. We laid out our guiding principles. You have to decide what's important to you. You can look at ours, you can borrow them, you can lift them and call them your own. If they resonate with you, we're totally cool with you to do that. The important thing is you will run into situations where you've got to make some decisions. And sometimes it would be like, oh, this doesn't feel exactly right. Should I do this versus that? Whatever it might be about a client, about a business decision, about what to do with your funds, your money, whatever it is, use your guiding principles as a filter. Bounce your scenario, your decision against your guiding principles and see what comes back to you. Does it resonate as you being consistent with the you that you want to be? Or does it pull you off and suddenly you're uncomfortable? You got that sort of queasy feeling in your stomach because it's just not right. It's just not accurate. Terry, you do an awful lot over your career with helping people think about what's really important to them. Say something about why this is critical.
I think it's so important for you as a business owner to understand, or even if you're not a business owner, you're working for somebody else, or whatever it may be, it's important for you to understand your own values and your own boundaries, because that's really where your guidance comes from. It's your inner guidance system, and it's how you live your life. So, for example, one of my really firm sayings to myself is, I am my word and nothing but my word. So that's one of my principles. So if I promise to do something or commit to do something, that's how I drive my life, which is why I try not to overcommit.
Not always easy.
Not always easy. If honesty is important to you, if integrity is important to you, that's how you're going to drive your car. That's how you're going to live your life and run your business. And it's equally important to really understand what your boundaries are, what's not acceptable, because that will help you decide what's not a good client, what's not a good project, where don't I fit in terms of the business world, what's not quite right for me at this point. And when you have that clarity, your business becomes effortless because you're congruent. This is how I run my life. These are my values. This is how I operate in business. These are my values. And I really want you to get that the two need to be in concert, because we're human beings that in our work are doings. And so the beings and the doings need to meld together. So this is very important for you to understand. And there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no shoulds. This is the cool part. This is your individual uniqueness of what's really valuable to you and how you want to drive your car.
Yeah, as I think about this, it is so unique, person by person, business by business.
Yes.
So you can look at ours, you can look at anyone else's, you could probably do some Google searches and come up with some really cool input. But in the end, let it come from you, come from your heart, come from your soul, the soul of your business, so to speak, and just stay true to you. Stay true to your guiding principles, your values. We've kind of blended the language together here. We're not trying to argue over whether something's a guiding principle versus a value versus your purpose. We're just kind of staying away from that discussion and just saying collectively that whole set of different ways to look at this is important. Figure out what it is for you, and also recognize that it might be an insightful journey that kind of takes place over time. And what you scribble down on paper today may be different a year from now and next year, on and on and on. So don't sweat it, get started, but stay true and aligned to who you are at your core.
All right, we'll see you soon.